job we have on Strictly is actually the motivational side of it and the psychological training. Because after 10 years on the show, I consider myself to have done almost a degree in psychology, at least the practical side of it. Because the things that we go through is full on, and trying to coach your any given partner through the ups and downs of a week, from being hammered on a Saturday night by the judges to then picking them up on a Monday morning and teaching them a new routine, and then it's the families you deal with. It's a full-on job. It's one that I'm very proud of, but it's tough at times.
So when you're doing Strictly, how many hours a day does it actually consume you?
Most. It's a strange gig. You can be with somebody that can pick up in no time, but for example, last year with lovely Sophie, I was probably doing 7 or 8 hours in the training room, 2.5, 3 hours, three hours of travelling back and forth to the studio. So there's a good 10, 11 hour day for most days, Monday through Thursday. Friday you're in the studio most of the day doing camera and lighting through. Then Saturday you're in the studio all day for the live show. Hopefully Sunday you have off, but quite often there's a group dance or something you have to do. So it's an all-encompassing job, but there are phone calls and there are emails and there are... we start rehearsals in August. So we've now been doing Strictly this series for a good 4.5 months. Wow. We're all blooming knackered, let me tell you.
I was going to say, you're knackered, and that you're putting yourself through this tour, and it's only a small tour of 48 shows in 3 months. It's
yeah. It's the thing is, my tour is mine. On Strictly, you're a very small part of a very large show. When it's your own show, there's a lot of motivation to make it the best thing you've ever done. And when you've got people paying their hard-earned money to come and see you do your thing and see what you've created, every aspect must be perfect in my eyes, and no stone left unturned, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And it's when it's your own, you have a personal interest to make it the best thing. When it's not your own, you kind of half the time you get by just to make up the numbers. And there's a lot of passion that goes into my own show, and I feel I get a lot of passion from the guys that I work with as well. And when you've got that, you don't mind doing so much. And on the road, we're only on the road for actually 2 months, so we do 48 dates over 2 months, which is hard. But when you think Strictly 4.5 months, it's a big difference.
Yeah, so it's like I suppose it's like having another baby, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. It's a full-on job. I've got three jobs at the moment. A toddler coming up to a tour and trying to do Strictly Come Dancing. So I'm 3 people all at once.
Yeah, like to keep. It's good though. I mean, I think people, see you on Strictly, and you were called the bad boy of Strictly at one time, and I don't know. We'll see. I say your live show last year. I saw it last year, and it was stunning.
Thank you, mate.
It really was stunning. I'm not saying that because I'm talking to you. I actually went to Milton Keynes, put my hand in my pocket, and bought 2 tickets for my wife and myself. We were up in the first, in the dress circle, So not the dress circle, in the circle. And I'll tell you what, it was an amazing show. And I came away from there thinking, well, I know I can't dance. I have 3 left feet, and it is not good. I have issues with left and right when I'm thinking about what I'm doing.
I know a few people like you.
I think most of us are around, and that's why on Saturday nights I sit down in front of the TV, and I'm amazed by what you as a group teach what are rank amateurs, basically, worse than me, some of them. I've watched Mark grow from being basically worse than me, perhaps, or as bad as me, into a great dancer, or a reasonable dancer. He's been a revelation. And also Jake. Jake, he's a jobbing actor, 42 years of age, from EastEnders, a dad of 2, and the lady taught him to dance, and he was...
And he was working hard too. He was doing 5 and 6 hour days, 5 and 6 days a week on EastEnders,
to
do the training as well. I don't know how he did it. Amazing job.
I know he was quite a revelation. You've obviously been on the show for 12 years. I think there's only you and Anton have been on since the very beginning. And you're very different people. Do you actually get on, you and Anton?
Like schoolboys. We've got a lot of respect for each other. We're very good friends outside of the show and on the show. And I think a part of that is due to the fact that we've been there from the start. We understand each other, but I think mostly just to do with respect. He's also, like me, got his own show that he works hard on, and I think we've worked hard to get where we've got. For some reason, we've done the right things to be able to stay on the show, and we love the show, and hopefully it will continue for a few years yet. So he's a good lad and a very good friend of mine. Yeah,
he seems a really nice bloke. You've been on the show for 12 years now, 12 seasons.
12 series, yeah.
12 series. How many more series do you see physically you being able to do?
Oh, well, I've still got it physically, which is a good thing. But every year it does get harder. I'm not going to lie. They up the ante with what they want from us from the phone numbers and stuff. But that's okay. Look after yourself. I still love what I do, and who knows when it'll stop. One day they'll change the furniture in Strictly, and I'll be on it. But I'm hoping not anytime soon.
So, do you obviously you're doing this show? Which do you prefer? Do you actually still prefer the performing rather than the coaching or the teaching?
Oh, yeah, hands down. I'm not the most enthusiastic in the teaching front. Occasionally you get somebody where you work really, really well with and you love teaching them because you're on the same wavelength. But a lot about teaching is about your rapport with the person you're teaching. And if it's not always there, it can be a really tough job. For the most part, I've had a good time. But they're walking down the stairs, ready to perform. That's when I do my thing, and that's what I love. And I love being on the microphone. I love being in front of the camera. That's part of me and my makeup. The more of that, the better.
The one other thing I was pleasantly surprised actually, when I saw you last year, was your ability of singing.
Oh, thanks very much. Did you say? Oh, crikey! Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, don't be sorry about it. That's another thing I can't do. Anybody who listens to the show knows the dancing's not good. The singing is even worse. But you do the singing.
It's not something I do often, but I did it a couple of times on that tour. I'm not doing it this year, so
you're not.
To your listeners, they can rest easy. They can.
It was good. It was okay.
And let the pros do it. But my band actually are phenomenal. 14 musicians all on stage. Singers are outstanding. The horn section they get carried away, and we've been touring it now for a good 5 years. And there's a lot of camaraderie there between us all, and that shows on stage, which I think is a lovely thing.
Well, what I was trying to allude to, in 2007, you did a show that I know a lot of people have done, Just Takes Two, with the lovely Beverly Knight.
Yeah, just the two of us. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I go to see shows. I must admit, I probably do 100 shows a year, possibly more. This year I did 5 pantos in just over a week, so... or last year I did, and that was it was interesting. And there are people who, should we say, go out there, they stick a microphone in their hand and they think they can sing, and sometimes it's very interesting. On Strictly, you have some great singers.
Well, a lot of the time when I've sung on stage, it's been interesting. Occasionally I get it right, but it's certainly no pro.
You must have got lucky the night at Milton Keynes then. And it sounds like I might have done as well. Let's quickly go back through the tour and what people can see. I mean, is it you've got 14 world-class musicians?
Yes, indeed.
6 world-class dancers with you.
I've got 8 this year.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Step up. We've extended our cast, and that makes it even more exciting for me. We can do so much more than the choreography and the mucking around on stage. I love it.
And you got new music, new costumes, new banter.
New banter. That's what I like. I think the show. The thing that people need to understand before they come to the show is it's a very real show. It's live. I'm on the mic quite a lot throughout the evening, just hosting it and performing. I'm barely off. I like that you get a nice intimate feeling between you and your audience, which is exciting. It makes every night different, and it's kind of why I do it. I just have that energy and that connection with the audience. There is no better feeling. Okay,
you say you're on stage a lot. What would you say is your favourite dance, or your dance that you love doing best?
My favourite is actually the waltz.
The waltz.
And there's a reason for that. I mean, there are certainly more exciting dances out there, but the beauty of the waltz, when I think it's something about the music, because you put the right piece of music on, and it's normally an emotional piece of music for a waltz, and when you do, you have that kind of feeling that you do this beautiful waltz, the audience gets that away, and almost you stop the end of the waltz, and there's this still silence where people are still sort of carried away with what you're doing, and then all of a sudden they realise, and they sort of come around and they start their hopeful applause, and that is a magical feeling. I absolutely love it.
So what you say a right piece of music? What would you say is the right piece of music for a good waltz?
Well, this year we're doing a song called "I'm Kissing You," which is absolutely beautiful. I guess I stay from the traditional stuff. You know, like I don't know if anybody saw the Strictly Come Dancing waltz-a-thon. That was a fairly boring piece of music to me. I wouldn't want to dance to that because it didn't have the emotional content. My favourite waltz that I've ever done, she did as part of my first tour, Live and Unjudged, and that was a song called "If I Were a Painting" by Kenny Rogers. Now that was beautiful, and that really did take audiences to a different place. Yeah,
because you're sort of not necessarily known for your ballroom dancing, are you? I think when people see you, they say Anton's the king of ballroom, and there's Brendan, sort of probably the Latin, almost like the Latin man. You seem to be.
Well, it's a weird thing that.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't know why the show wants to. They like to make their people out to be certain things. I'm actually a better ballroom dancer than I am a Latin dancer, even though I was very sort of world class up in the Latin. If I'd kept going with the ballroom, I think I probably would have made that more than I went with the Latin. It's just that Anton's been dubbed the king of ballroom, so he's taken that tag. That's cool. I was the bad boy, so.
Wow, that's good.
That was my tag. I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm an all-rounder where I do ballroom and Latin.
Yeah.
Others, and Anton's more of a ballroom boy. Some of the others are purely Latin. So I quite enjoy the fact that I'm both.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed you did a show in 2010 called What Do Kids Know?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to do sort of more sort of TV work away from dancing?
Yeah, I've done a fair bit. I was quite surprised. I was compiling a list for my website recently, a new website, and it's quite amazing how many different TV shows I've actually been on and been part of. And I do like the hosting side of it, but I think there are so many presenters out there that are very good at their jobs. There's no point in me trying to come in and take on that role. But there's a little bit of presenting that I've enjoyed, and I like working TV. So I'm really lucky to be in the position I'm in.
So would you like to sort of do a quiz show or something like that in time, or?
Potentially, yeah. That's the future. Once the dancing shoes are hung up, I see my career being quite diverse, and I think the live aspect I really enjoy, and like being on the mic is exciting. I love that feeling of not knowing what's coming next, and actually having a rapport with people is very important to me when I'm on stage. Is there
a TV show you'd like to have been on or gone on, or is one you like?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
No.
But, I'm sure there are many.
You don't fancy sitting in on? I know Anton does Countdown, and
I have done Countdown.
Have you?
I wasn't brilliant at it, but I blanked my way through, and they thought.
Did you? I watched that regularly. I never saw you on there. I must have missed that. Do you fancy doing Not the 9 o'clock news or Never Mind the Buzzcocks or anything like that?
Yes, indeed. I've done a question of sport. I was pretty poor at that, even though I do love a lot of sport. I shouldn't get on minding here. I've done a lot of different panel shows over the time.
Brendan, you mentioned you got a brand new website. What's the address of that? And then everybody can then contact you via that.
It is brendancole.com. Start with an A-N, Brendan Cole, and all the tour dates are there, and other interesting little things. I love my website. I'm quite proud of what's been done on it.
Okay. Well, what we do, I know you've got to get off. We'll just quickly run through the dates. It's called Brendan Cole, A Night to Remember. On the 31st of January, people can see it at the Wickham Swan. And then on the following night, the 1st of February, at the Waterside Theatre in Aylesbury. And then about 3 weeks later, on Friday, the 20th of February, at the Watford Coliseum. Thank you for the chat today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck with the tour. And I hope people come along and see you, and I hope they enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it last year.
Thank you very much. Nice to talk to you, man.
And you. Thank you. Cheers, Brendan.